Hello, and it is a good morning from Rome, Italy. I have finally arrived in Italy yesterday, and there cannot be a better way to start my first morning in Rome than this coffee and croissant. I am off on a walking tour of Rome today, so before I head for that, I am, yeah, getting myself some coffee and croissant, of course.
Rome, the capital city of Italy, the cradle of Western civilization and one of the most romantic cities in the world. The moment you set foot in Rome, the first thing you notice is the confluence of the old and new. Modern buildings, restaurants, and stores set against the backdrop of historic ruins, including the Colosseum and the Pantheon. Rome is the only city in the world that holds a country inside it, the country, of course, being Vatican City, the center of Catholic Church. Not only that, Rome is also one of the oldest continuously occupied cities in Europe. The ultimate destination for travelers looking for a slice of history with a sprinkling of mythology, finished with a squeeze of culinary brilliance. Let's explore the eternal city, Rome, together.
When in Rome, the one thing you cannot miss out on visiting is the Colosseum, of course. The Colosseum was originally known as the Flavian Amphitheatre, and it came to be known as the Colosseum after a colossal bronze statue of Emperor Nero that used to be located close by. This was one of the world's biggest amphitheatres at the time, and this used to be a gladiatorial fight arena. So, this entire complex that you see behind me, there used to be balconies on the top tiers, and in the bottom round, there used to be fights between gladiators. There used to be death sentences, executions, animal fights, death sentences by animal hunt, and a lot of other games, gladiatorial games, as well as fights. So yeah, of course, it's a World Heritage Site now. These ruins are still preserved in a pretty great condition. There's a whole exhibit showing you the different remains of objects that they found in their archaeological excavations. And the entry ticket to the Colosseum will cost you 18 euros. Make sure you get the ticket in advance. It's always extremely crowded. Make sure you make it here in good time. But yeah, if you're interested in the history, understanding the history of Rome a little bit deeper, make sure you come here. Welcome to what is possibly the most Instagrammable spot in Rome. I'm here at the Trevi Fountain right now. You've seen this fountain in so many movies. So I'm sure you know that you need to throw coins and make a wish when you're here at this fountain. So I'm going to tell you what it is. So you need to throw 3 coins before you make a wish. The first one ensures that you come back to Rome. The second one ensures that you meet your soulmate. And the third one ensures that you get married to your soulmate. So I'm going to throw these. You throw them with your right hand over your left shoulder. Also, a quick tip, the Trevi Fountain tends to get really crowded. As you can see, it's ultra crowded. So if you want to find a quiet time for yourself, make sure you get here super early in the morning. It's a really pleasant day. I'm walking around and exploring Rome on foot. As you can see, this is like a very busy road right behind me, and on the other side, you have the Imperial ruins. So, there are 4 different sets of Imperial ruins that you'll find in the heart of the city. Now, I think the most beautiful thing about Rome for me was it's the capital city of Italy, right? And most capital cities that you go to, they're like skyscrapers and commercial buildings and big roads and all of that. Like Rome also has that, but then in the middle of this big city, you have the most ancient buildings. There'll be like a big bustling road, and then there'll be like a patch of ruins on the side. So it's like a very nice mixture of modern and ancient sort of civilization, which I've been really enjoying.
The last stop on my walking tour of Rome was the Pantheon. The Pantheon is a former Roman temple and a Catholic church known for its very distinct architecture. The Pantheon features Corinthian pillars, a coffered concrete dome, and the highlight, an oculus, a central opening to the sky that lets in sunlight, rain, and basically all the elements of nature. This almost 2000-year-old dome is the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome. Also, side note, very close to the Pantheon is this little cafe called La Casa del Cafe, which serves some of the best coffee in Rome, so absolute must visit.
Welcome to Vatican City. Vatican City, if you did not know, is the only country that is actually located inside of a city. Yes, so Vatican City actually is located inside of Rome, so it's like the small part of the main city of Rome. Vatican City, as we all know, is the seat of the Pope, probably the most important religious land according to Christianity, and it is of course home to Sistine Chapel, where you can see the best of Michelangelo's work. It is home to a lot of different museums, artifacts, and all of that. So I'm going to give you a quick guide on how you can explore Vatican City. So first things first, when you're in Rome, make sure you keep one whole day aside for Vatican City, because there is so much to see. You're going to want to spend an entire day here. Secondly, make sure if you don't want to wait in lines, make sure you book tickets in advance online, because I waited in the line for about 2 hours today, which was not a fun experience. But the on-site tickets are cheaper. Online tickets are a little bit more expensive, but if you want to save the time, definitely go ahead and do that. So once you arrive here, make sure you go to the Vatican museums, go on a tour. So there are multiple museums. There's a museum on Egypt. There's a museum that has sculptures from different Roman and Greek myths. There are galleries depicting world maps, frescoes, the residential quarters of different popes, and all of that. There are these beautiful gardens. There's St. Peter's Basilica, of course. And last but definitely not the least, the Sistine Chapel. I just visited the Sistine Chapel, and it's one of the most beautifully done up artworks that I've ever seen. So yeah, spend a lot of time there. You can't take photos or videos in the Sistine Chapel, but yes, if you are interested in religion, want to get to know a little bit more about Christianity, definitely do visit Vatican City, but plan it better.
If you don't have a lot of time to spend at the Vatican museums, here are some highlights that you absolutely must visit. Number 1, the spiral staircase. Situated right at the entrance of the museum, this double helix shaped staircase is an architectural delight that you must not miss out on. Number 2, the Raphael rooms. If you're not aware of Raphael, he was one of the 3 most famous artists of the High Renaissance period, along with Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. The most beautiful and vibrant sights you will see in the entire Vatican Museum are the Raphael rooms, featuring frescoes by Raphael himself and Michelangelo. These rooms are the ultimate Renaissance treat to your eyes. And last but most definitely not the least, the Sistine Chapel. Not just a chapel inside the Pope's official residence, Sistine Chapel is best known for the frescoes it contains, namely the Last Judgment and the Sistine Chapel ceiling, both by Michelangelo.
Well, today is my last evening in Rome, and I am finishing my stay in Rome with one last meal of some delicious pasta. I know I haven't spoken a lot about food in Rome, although I have been eating such delicious things. Okay, let me quickly tell you. Right now, I'm dining at this place called Tonarello's. So many people told me that it's the best pasta you can find in Rome. So yeah, I'm here to try their cacio e pepe, which is a specialty in Rome. It's salted cheese and like a salty cheese and pepper pasta, which is a specialty in Rome. So when in Rome, you have to try the cacio e pepe pasta, you have to try carbonara, and you have to try gelato, of course. There's literally a gelateria every second shop is a gelateria. So yeah, I think for the last 2-3 days I've only been doing like pizza by the slice, carbonara, and cacio e pepe. Out of all of these, cacio e pepe is my absolute favorite. It's so simple with just cheese and black pepper. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, I'm ending my stay in Rome with a delicious bowl of pasta. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one.